How do we know it's a she?
So, sorry, who's added you?
Genevieve Remain.
Genevieve Remain has added you on Skype.
Well, I pressed the button. It now says contact request, Genevieve Remain.
No, and you're blaming us.
Well, yeah, I don't turn it on unless I'm speaking to you. I assume it's one of you two arsing about. Oh, right, okay. Well, I'll press nothing.
No, I would ignore it. It's one of those. I think it's one of those just kind of like those chat bots. Sort of like they speak to you and they say, "Hey, how are you?"
And it's like automated responses. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, if you want to speak to me more, go on this website and pay me, and I'll do stuff for you.
Hey, it sounds like my job. Excellent.
You better accept it.
I got an email at work from someone called Hyman Bank.
Better than Hyman Breaks, isn't it? Hyman Leaks.
Yeah. And like 80% off Viagra.
Do you know that it goes?
Interesting you picked that example, but okay.
Do you know these adverts work on your cookies? So for whatever you've been looking at before, that's what the adverts suggest.
That's a bit sad, isn't it? This is why I keep getting adverts.
Shit! I'm recording this.
This is why I get adverts for retirement homes and cricket scores. Ridiculous.
So, welcome to an episode. Oh, I fucked that up, didn't I? And this is the less edited version.
Try again.
Okay.
I know, words. Use your words, Nuke.
We're going for a new format.
Gee, George.
Special guest star David Warner. Excellent.
So, welcome to an episode of Cricket Critics. The new, less edited, more chunky, more voluptuous episode.
What are you doing in the background? What the hell's going on?
That's not me.
What?
Is that Kopi?
What?
No, you dropped something.
No.
Oh.
Jesus.
It's been told off by a school teacher.
He comes in here.
You in the back.
Keeps everyone waiting for 2 hours like a diva. Like a Viva. And now starts having a go at me when I haven't done anything. I'm more worried about Genevieve Poxy Remain. I don't know what's going on now. Start on me.
Oh.
All right, sorry, Dad.
So it's a new concept, and what does that mean? Basically,
new...
you feel they should be inflicted with everything we say rather than just the best bits. And yes, guys, what you've been listening to have been the best bits. I know that's hard to believe, but there it is.
But people want more content.
It's the new 40-minute... You know, we're in demand. People want to hear more of us.
Really?
No.
I was going to say, I need to see some evidence of that.
Actually.
No, we're telling them.
What's the Facebook followership at?
Today we had 2 new views.
Yeah, and one new friend request from Genevieve
Remain. That's who it is. Genevieve Remain. Actually, it sounds like a very sort of low-end skanky prostitute from Hungary, but it's clearly a magnificently enthusiastic cricket fan from Bengaluru.
See? Don't judge the book
demographic. That's our demographic.
Yeah,
cool.
Prostitutes. I mean,
I'm hoping we can make enough that they might invite us over.
Anyway, boys, what are we talking about today? Australia versus New Zealand.
Well, what's new? Ah!
Oh no! Whoa! No! We all know what we're talking about today. We're talking about. There are 3 main topics I want to cover.
Okay.
Firstly, the England-South Africa Test series.
Yeah. Because
after literally thousands of people have had to listen to Noops go on about how the old dwarf should have been in the team. He finally gets his chance, and well, I have the figures. Are you going to try? I assume you must have looked at these.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, what else are we talking about?
So, what would you say in a 4 Test match series against South Africa? What would you say would be a good average? You've done well as a top order bats.
What did AB de Villiers average?
30.
30. Okay. And because AB de Villiers is God.
Yeah. And his worst series ever.
Is that the
got
benchmark?
3 ducks in a row and got an average of 30 in a most mind-numbingly depths of despair, barrel-scraping series for AB de Villiers. And your boy having with the first innings of 7. I mean, he got 112 runs in the first test.
Yeah.
And then he went 0-27, 7-2, 14, 24, average of 26.5.
That was him subliminally giving me his phone number.
It was Genevieve Romain.
It
was what James Taylor subliminally giving you the phone. Boy, why would he do that? He's already got restraining orders against you in 4 different countries.
So go on, hit me with the average.
The average for the South Africa series, I think, was 26.57. The average for the winter was 29.3 because he had a decent game in the Emirates.
And not so flash now.
The fantastic thing, he managed to go in and bat first on a pitch so flat that Johnny Bairstow got 150 not out. Ben Stokes got 200 in about 38 seconds. Amla and the only Test cricketer smaller than him, Bavuma, gets 100, and poor old JT has to walk off with a big fat blob.
Everyone was like, "Fill your boots here, boys."
Go on, JT, go on. Oh no, I'm going for a duck now. I've got everyone else. Could be worse. That basically what JT did there. I do every weekend in the summer, and then I have to go out and umpire for 30 overs.
I was just going to say, I'm sure.
And watch V stodge it up and get 38 off 165 balls.
You smell that? It smells like jealousy.
It is. It is jealousy.
I was just going to say, because I'm sure you've been in that position many times where everyone's stealing your runs.
They're all my runs. Basically, every single career run V's got are all mine. They're all mine.
There wasn't many last season, I tell you.
I thought you did. Is that why you didn't turn up to the presentation ceremony? No trophies. Not coming. No trophies. Not coming.
Is that your policy? Have you ever turned up to an award ceremony without a nomination?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I see.
What?
Chip on your shoulder.
No, just no point going if I'm not going to win anything.
What an egomaniac.
And believe it or not, listeners, he's one of the captains.
You're a team representative, and it's like, if you're not nominated for anything...
I'm not going. No. Not only that, I was talking to one of them, and I said, he's in Dubai. They said, no, he's not. He's in Nottingham.
Yeah, I was in Nottingham.
Couldn't even get your excuses straight. Outrageous, man. Outrageous.
If they want to make up where I am, then it's up to them. No, I had birthday parties and shit too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I won a prize, so you can all get stuffed.
Yeah, grandmother died.
What was it?
Oh, yeah. No excuse.
So I got some booze. So anyway, Jake, for a magnificent. Do you really want to bring this game up? The low light of your playing and captaincy career.
No, I think you need to let the people know that you're still quite good.
Yeah, I'm still mediocre. Yeah, well, no, we played a game and we got hammered. Let's move on. Let's get back to England, South Africa, because I want to explode a popular conception about this trip.
Okay.
Namely that this is a soft win for England because Steyn and Philander weren't playing. And on the face of it, that seems a reasonable argument. These are two very fine bowlers, are they not?
Correct.
However, the problem, as far as I can tell, if you look at the 4 innings that South Africa played in the 2 Test matches they lost, they're averaging less than 200. So I would suggest that it isn't so much the fact that they have bowlers, it's the fact that they batted terribly. You can have Steyn, Philander, Fred Truman, Harold Larwood, Muralitha and Shane Warne in your team. If you get bowled out for 80, you're not going to get very far. That's my point.
No, it's very true. I mean, Amla, well, the first 2 Test matches, he's barely made a score, didn't he?
Yeah, but he had a bad time in India, but he's too good to...
Well, he didn't go down quietly, but, you know. Why do you love him so much?
He's excellent.
He's
the best batsman in the world.
What's stronger? Your love for Amla or mine for James Taylor?
Well, basically, your love for James Taylor is strong because it's so irrational.
What happened was, when we was in the nets, we realised that I have the same foot trigger movement. And then we started going, you bat like Amla. And they go,
and I said, no, he bats like me because I'm older than him. I've been doing that since he was in nappies. Which is ironic because now I'm so old, I'm in nappies. So there's not much more you can do. But no, he's a brilliant, irrespective of his technique, he's the best Test batsman in the world. And I'm unanimous in that.
Well, some people might disagree with you.
Why?
Well, disagree. It doesn't make them correct.
Comment.
Yeah, who's going to disagree? Anyone who disagrees with me, they can disagree, but any argument they put up will surely be moronic.
I'll tell you what, where we did get up to in the first recording was that you were going to bring up some game where you got why you got your award.
Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about that.
I'll tell him what happened.
Oh, you got camera shy.
Yeah, no, I got songs, but no one else did, and it was completely. We still got hammered.
Wait.
Yeah,
made
no difference.
Quality.
Oh,
audio skipping.
Oh no!
Like it's cutting in and out. It's like someone keeps pressing the mute button.
I can hear you two perfectly.
And I can on YouTube perfectly.
Yeah, but you two sound like shit.
Well, it's still quality, isn't it?
And the quality is bad.
Have you reset yours?
Yeah.
Where's your ruin?
It's fine. It's fine. I'm streaming internet so well. Everything's really quick on my end. That's what she said.
Oh no! Well, what a shame. So this is we're still are we?
Have you got 3G, Copes?
Yeah. So without the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Let me turn my Wi-Fi off.
I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what you're on about.
As soon as you went back onto Wi-Fi.
So we're clear again now.
Yeah, we're super clear. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. So where were we, Noops? We were talking about the Test series, and we were going to discuss whether this is a cheap England win because all of South Africa's bowlers aren't around.
Did they lose the third Test match, England?
England lost the last game, the fourth.
Yeah.
On the beach. The phrase "dead rubber" is marching with ill-conceived confidence towards this conversation. England lose another dead rubber.
How do you feel about that? Do you think that's the right attitude to have, or
no? It's a terrible attitude. It's a terrible attitude. But if the worst thing, you've got to remember, I watched a lot of England playing cricket in the 1990s, and the biggest thing I can slag them off is, they keep losing Test matches when they've already won a series. I'm not going to get too upset about it.
Yeah.
They should.
Oh.
Even the great Australia. Even this used to happen all the time in the 90s. Australia would be 4-0 up, and then we'd win a spawny last Test, and everyone go, we won the Test. We'll win the Ashes next time. And of course, we never did.
Dead rubbish, yeah. Just does it really matter to you?
Say that again. You cut out.
Oh no!
No, you haven't gone sneaked back onto the Wi-Fi.
Yes, he's done a sneak.
Like you sound like a robot now.
I'm not on it, honestly.
Exterminate.
It's dropped from 4G to 3G now, so that's.
I'm on 3G.
Kofi's like super clear right now.
Hey,
like crystal.
That's because I am so clever. My brain is helping it work. Yeah. So look, dead rubbers. No.
Right, what did you ask?
What do you think about dead rubbers? Like.
Oh man, what do you think about the Dead Rubber Society?
Do you like using rubbers?
Do you like using dead rubbers?
I'm trying to think of a really funny, witty euphemism. But...
Oh, well, we'll be here sometime then, won't we?
Yeah.
So look, let's get back to the game, boys. Let's get back to the game.
England.
We're waiting on your opinion. Was this a cheap win for England because of the lack of South Africa's bowlers, or was this just?
I don't think an away game is always going to be harder anyway. So whether they win it, and South Africa should have players waiting in the ranks anyway. I mean, they didn't have shit bowling at them, did they?
That is an issue. They've got this Rabada guy.
Yeah. Not a bad bowler.
It's kind of New Zealand syndrome, Sri Lanka syndrome. It's kind of like if their best players aren't playing, then that's it.
Well, I would suggest with the batting stats that they had, even if Philander and Steyn had been playing, they'd be struggling. You can't go around getting bowled out for 8 in a Test match. You don't do that very often and not get beat. Besides which, Vernon Philander, I mean, he used to be a lithe, athletic bowler. It's more like me these days. Talk about, he's been injured for 4 months. Yeah, he spent most of it eating pizza. Blimey, Vernon, give it a rest.
So, God damn. That's an in-joke. I'm not going to explain that one. No,
that was racist.
That is a racist joke. No, I'm not even going to admit that. Why am I admitting that?
Edit.
It's a nothing joke. It's a nothing joke.
We need to get on to Shane Warne before the line drops off again.
Yeah. You wanted to bring up Shane Warne.
What did Shane Warne have to say?
You had
You want me to talk about Shane Warne?
Well, you sent
I think God is against us.
Yeah, you sent over a text to us.
Yeah, there are two issues with Shane Warne. Whilst he's in the Australian version of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which for some bizarre reason is filmed in South Africa, not Australia.
Fuck! The UK I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is in Australia.
Yeah.
I think all the other ones are as well.
So the one in Australia is in South Africa.
Yeah, I don't know why. But that's not the point. The important thing is, first of all, he slagged Steve Waugh right off and said he wasn't a very good captain and he was the most selfish cricketer he ever played with.
Is he being serious?
Yeah, I think he is. And I was about to scoff at this, but I was just saying to V that I looked it up. And Brian Lara and Steve Waugh had similar careers, didn't they, in terms of longevity in the time, the era they were playing.
Yeah.
Brian Lara in his test career had 6 not outs. And Steve Waugh had 47. And Steve Waugh was famous. He wouldn't protect the towel. There was a famous match, one of these dead rubbers we were talking about, where England already lost the series. He refused, he took a single off the first ball, and then Darren Gough got a hat-trick, and England won the test match. Well, he was up the other end leaning on his bat.
Yes, I remember.
But a nice not out and a nice average builder for him. And it's also been said of Steve Waugh by finer men than me that had he batted in an era before helmets, he would have averaged 30, never mind 50.
Yeah, he wasn't a big player of the pull shot. In fact, he didn't play it at all, did he?
It was said by a former England skipper he wet his knickers every time the ball got anywhere near his face. That was what was said.
He needs one of your diapers.
But my diapers?
Yeah.
What are your diapers? It's not a diaper, it's a nappy.
All right.
I say nappy, it's really just my pants. But at this stage, it really makes very little difference.
So what else did he say anyway?
Oh, the best thing was he said that he was talking to some bimbo, and he said that he didn't believe that evolution was correct.
Oh, God.
And the reason he gave for this, and wait for this, you'll like this, because I know you're aficionados of this science. He said, if we've evolved from monkeys, how come the monkeys here haven't evolved into us? That's the fantastic piece of Shane Warne reasoning he came up with. And so he came up with the fact that it was all aliens. We're descended from aliens. And then he also cited the fact that he didn't see how anyone could have built a pyramid.
So Shane Warne believes aliens did it.
Aliens, and they built the pyramids. And
is he a Scientologist then?
No, I tell you what this is. This is ancient.
No, he's a fucking idiot. That's what he is. He's a fucking idiot. That is the official term for people like that. Fucking idiots.
No, I tell you what this is. This is ancient astronaut theory. This is what he's talking about.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And the thing is, it's been disproven. It's an interesting theory.
It's been disproven. No shit. We're not descended from aliens yet. I get that.
Like badly. It's been disproven badly. Like,
do you know? I'll slip off as an aside here. Yeah. I heard someone talk the other day. They were talking about someone who went to stay at that ice hotel in Sweden, right? Yeah. And with a genuinely straight face, without a hit of irony, the other bloke said, "Was it cold?" Was it cold? Yeah, it's fucking made of ice. Of course it was cold. Jesus, was it cold? What do you bleeding think? It's in the middle of Sweden, made of ice. Oh dear. So no, I'm prepared to believe that we weren't descended from aliens. And then, whilst we're on the subject, that another idiot in Australia, in America, who's insisting the world's flat.
Oh yeah.
God's sake, you people! Oh, it makes my head hurt.
That's like believing someone's first name is Shitties when his last name is Pants.
No, it's not that stupid. Are you going to let the listenership into this?
Yes, we are.
No,
I think you should.
Now, Fee was.
Welcome to this week's edition of Gullible's Travels.
How long did it take you to come up with that?
Well, not really instantaneous. Really, it's called Whitby.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a text from B. Well, no, it was actually a conversation we were having about the Under-19 World Cup that's going on, and there's
it's rather sad we do that, isn't it? But you're right.
Yeah, there's a kid there called I can't remember his first name now. It's not Shitties. It's not.
It's Shitties.
It's not. Stop.
Is it the gloriously gaping bumhole? I think that's his name. Dead rubber.
I can't remember what his first name was now.
Well, basically, I saw it on Facebook. Someone had tagged me in it.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I thought that was his name. And then on closer inspection, I realised it was...
But we didn't believe it.
No. You said it was definitely right. And even when we said, it can't be right, can it? No. You said, no, it definitely is.
Yeah.
I tell you what it was. I looked it up. I found out his real name. I texted it back to you guys. Said no, it's not Shitties. This is his real name. And then if he sends a photo, a screenshot of his Facebook post with shit his pants on it, followed by loads of middle fingers going, fuck you, and then Copes goes, no, that's got to be photoshopped, and then, did he come crawling back with his tail tucked between his legs?
At least I admitted it. Shut up.
It's his vestigial tail. His vestigial tail, which of course Shane Warne wouldn't believe in, because hey, if he hasn't got a tail, why is it anyone else? I don't understand it. I tell you what, I don't understand. If evolution has put the humans at the top of the feeding chain, why does Shane Warne exist?
You only need to look at the rest of the Australian team to see evolution.
You can see it. Yeah, you start off with David Warner. You make your way through.
Michael Clark.
Yeah, David Warner.
Michael Clark started playing again.
Has he?
Good
for him.
Oh no! I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Like,
of course you're not. You retired when you were about 4.5. You can't believe if anyone wants to play after the time they're 20. You can't.
I retired when I was still wearing nappies.
It's the only way to go. I don't know why I ever stopped, frankly. No, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I'm not having it though. I'm not having it. His weepy retirement. He's a very weepy man, isn't he? He weeps a lot. Yeah, but he had this whole big thing about, I'll never be able to play for my country again, kind of thing, because of my back. And
nothing to do with your back. It's because you've been bleeding useless and lost again, you twat. And when your team was getting bowled out for 60 at Trent Bridge, rather than digging in and trying to block it for you, you had a big, huge wahoo swipe rusty gate swing, didn't you? That's why. But at least he doesn't think he's descended from an alien. Honestly,
that is ridiculous.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous. Yeah, it's ancient astronaut theory. It's an interesting concept. I'll give it that, but it's not true. And because they come up with loads of shit. They say stuff like the pyramids, like, how were the pyramids formed?
We all know big bleeding whips. That's how they were formed.
One of the theories is that, and he said this on a documentary. This crazy guy, he said, how could they see inside these? How could they see inside the pyramids? Because you wouldn't be able to light a torch because there's hardly any oxygen in there.
What?
Yeah, that's one of the things he said. He also said, you would be able to see soot on the ceilings of these pyramids, but there's none. However, there's plenty of soot everywhere. You can see, it's a load of bollocks. He's basically just lying.
Yeah. The thing is, though, he knows he's lying. He's doing it to sell books. Correct. Why Shane Warne's... And also, what I'm also disappointed about is that the woman he was speaking to was going, maybe. When she should have said, Jane, you're being a fucking idiot. Shut up. Of course, this follows on the back of another Shane Warne scandal, where one of the Shane Warne Foundation, his charity thing, did a raffle, and the winner won a $60,000 Australian dollar car. Unfortunately, it came out that the winner used to be his personal assistant.
Oh, dear.
Oh, yes. And unlike his stupid alien astronaut theory, that is true. You can look it up.
The reason he probably sounded so convincing is probably because he had so much Botox. He kept a straight face all the way through.
What's he doing?
That's why he's so good. That's why he's so good at his World Poker tournaments.
There's no tails because his face is stricken as if it were carved in stone. They're going, I can't read him. No one can read him. I've got a feeling if he ever cries, the tears are going to go upwards. It's not good. Upward tears.
Upward tears.
That was a band from the 1980s, wasn't it? I used to quite like them. Anyway. No, look, come on. So, you want to talk about Australia and New Zealand?
We're going for the kids. We're going for that 16 to 35, and that's it. You've ruined it.
Yeah, talk about Justin Bieber again. Yeah.
I'm talking about the most up-to-date pop culture person I know, which is...
Rizzle Kicks.
No, that fat bird. What's her name? Meghan Trainor.
Meghan Trainor?
Yeah. I've heard of her.
Well done.
Yeah. Mate, basically, I listen to so much Talk Sport, you're lucky I can name the Prime Minister. Never mind anything else. It's ridiculous. Right. I can tell you was on the bench for Doncaster Rovers on Saturday, but everything else is gone. It's gone.
Right.
Anyway, that's another thing that's happened since our last broadcast. V, our top man, lead singer and all-round diva,
yeah,
he's turned 30 since our last broadcast.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's doing on Facebook. He still thinks he's a teenage girl for some reason. I don't know what that's about.
Selfies.
It's called having a social life, all right?
Yeah, the thing is, V, it's only another 15 years and you'll be able to wear the nappies. And it'll be brilliant. And yeah, you could get up. I'm not at the stage where I can't get to the toilet. I just don't want to.
I want to be like you when I'm older.
Hey. Next, Australia, New Zealand.
McCullum's
that is McCullum playing for Middlesex in the summer.
Yeah. Guptill.
Ball be launched.
Well, don't tell me what happened with Guptill. Did he average about 30 in the game? Is that about what he does?
It's not bad. It's quite good.
Yeah,
27.
Better than James Taylor, isn't it?
Yeah, they might as well fucking underarm bowled to what's his face, Kawadra and Voges. What's Voges getting a double century for?
Yeah, top man Voges. Top man away with words head against him.
No.
Is he Middlesex man?
Guess who he's captaining in summer?
Hey, guess who?
Did you see they were comparing him to Don Bradman?
Oh, for goodness sake!
What is that about?
Well, basically, he's very good on a flat pitch. Yeah, but most of these tests are against West Indies.
Mind you, Don Bradman's average, I think he's played 50 odd matches, and then Voges has played 12.
Yeah.
Or something.
And Don Bradman never played in a team that got bowled out for 60, I can promise you that.
Why do you think...
Where was Adam Voges that day? Nicking off pretty sharpish like the rest of them.
Stupid, right? Why do you think, when we did our video...
Australian hype.
Most overrated, most overhyped test cricketers, why is it that we had a policy of a minimum of 20 matches?
Yeah, you're quite right.
Plug that, watch that video.
It's a brilliant video.
Watch Kofi loses mind.
Lose my shit.
Breaks a glass.
Breaking glass. That wasn't my fault.
Goes on a rampage.
Goes on a rampage. Like some sort of ancient monkey alien. This is basically going to happen every 3 weeks. Is that the idea?
Yes.
So the next one will be... And you want to do something for the T20 World Cup?
Well, we just want to do a review, 5-minute review at the end of each important match.
Yeah, why?
How are you defining important matches, Noops? I'm just wondering.
Whatever the BCCI I think.
Well, this is who we should be sucking up to, I tell you. That's where the contract is.
Yeah, BCCI.
IPL, Shane Watson, $1.4 million.
Fucking hell.
Shame, don't they have LBW in the IPL? Don't they have LBW in the IPL? Is it like that pub league we used to play, but there's no LBW? How is he worth $1.4 million?
I thought Dale Steyn went for the most, didn't he?
He might have done, but Dale Steyn's a good cricketer. I understand good players being worth the money. I'm not complaining about the money they're earning. I'm complaining about the fact that Shane Watson is getting paid $1.4 million for 8 weeks' work, and I'm struggling to understand it.
He is good in the IPL. He is. You have to give him his props.
Nah, I'm giving
that. You have to give him some soap, is what you have to give him. Smelly bastard.
You think Shane Watson looks smelly?
I think he looks like the kind of person who doesn't wash very much. He's got that look about him to me. Now, that could be unfair, but he did get dropped from the Australian team pretty sharpish, didn't he? And I've got another question for you.
Yeah.
What about Chris Wokes' bowling? What's all that about? You two know a lot about cricket. Justify why he's in the team.
Resting players? I don't know.
I understand resting players. Stephen Finn gets injured. My beloved Stephen Finn, who bowled superbly again. Excellent series for him. And we say, well, we've got to bring in another bowler. Bring Chris Wokes.
That's the thing. Like, that's been an age-old issue with English cricket, is the selection. Like you say, me and you, we both know a lot about cricket, but we can't. There's some things you just can't explain, and that is
Chris Wokes is one of them.
Yeah, KP being fired.
Well, I saw Darren Goff was saying.
Oh no, I read this.
KP. No, you said that KP. I mean, he's eligible to play for South Africa. If I was him, I'd do that.
I would definitely
do that if I was him. I would definitely do that.
That's like when me and V played for the opposition when we weren't selected in our own team.
And you celebrated so.
And won the game for them as well. Do you remember they collapsed, and then we put on a partnership of like 78 runs.
Outrageous.
Both guys out.
So I think KP should definitely play for South Africa. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it
just stirs the pot. Bit of drama. We all love a bit of controversy.
Of course. Let's not forget who else was born in South Africa and doesn't play for England anymore and would therefore be eligible. Andrew Strauss. KP comes back and then they make Strauss the captain. Bad luck, KP. Number 11, please. Fine leg both ends. Thank you.
What's this doping scandal, actually? Speaking of...
There's been a doping scandal now.
Yeah. One of their players, one of their bowlers, Yasir, is it? Yasir? He's been...
Yasir, sure.
That's
the leg spinner.
Yeah, he's been banned because he was, tested positive on some substance. And his
excuse... An international class leg spinner gets banned for taking a banned substance? Surely not.
His explanation was he's been taking his wife's... he accidentally took his wife's medication.
Yeah, because I do that all the time. I think, I want some medication. Fuck it, I'll have hers. Yeah, but look at that. His period pains have really improved. His flow's become much less. Why would you do that? I mean, it's like Warren said he took his mum's tablet. So here's the thing. You've got access to some fine medical people in your team, haven't you? I mean, there's qualified doctors and stuff. Don't just start throwing the pills down just because you feel like it.
One of the Akmal brothers as well. He was he had a too-match ban because he came up with too many sponsors.
How does that work then?
It looks like
I think you're allowed a maximum of 2 sponsors. But must have come out like an advertising board.
Like an F1 driver.
Yeah, like an F1 driver.
It just comes out and it's plastered all over him.
I'm just wondering. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to advertise what you want.
I don't see a problem in that, but apparently it's bad. But because they put a sponsor on their back, they usually have a sticker on the back.
Well, they got the back maker. There's usually one on the back, isn't there?
And then they have whoever they're sponsoring, they got another sticker on their back.
Yeah, I don't see the problem with that personally, but anyway.
Is it something to do with the TV?
More money for them, aren't it?
It might be the TV don't want it, or
no, it's an actual game rule because the umpire called him on it.
Yeah,
I'm sure Stuart Broad had an issue with that once. He was wearing Under Armour and he had to cover it. I remember the umpires coming over and cutting.
Yeah, there'll be a rule that they can only have so much. And,
I think
they get very sweaty in their tournaments as well, don't they? If like Pepsi's a sponsor, you can't bring a can of Coke in or something like that.
Oh, what's the difference?
Yeah. Well, Pepsi paid all the money for the tournament. They don't want pictures of people in the crowd drinking Coke, do they? That's the point.
No. I mean, like, taste-wise, can you tell the difference?
Between Pepsi and Coke? I don't know. I usually have huge amounts of vodka in it when I drink.
Yeah.
I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference if I drink 6 large glasses of Pepsi with vodka in it and then 6 without. I can tell the difference because on one hand I'm not standing up.
Breaking glasses.
Usually being sick in a bush somewhere.
Yeah.
Whose bush?
I'll tell you what. I wondered if you tapped the open goal in.
V, can you tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi? Coca-Cola and Pepsi?
No, who can?
One you snort, the other one you drink.
Perhaps if you stop taking all these drugs, you might fucking turn up on time occasionally. If you felt bad, you wouldn't keep doing it, would you?
It's the only thing keeping me awake right now.
I think you should. Oh no, you've had sleeping tablets again, have you?
Are they your fiance, your wives, your girlfriends?
Fiance, wife, girlfriend.
I don't know.
How many people are in this room?
I don't know.
Man alive. We can barely get 3 of us on one Skype line. If he's got about 4 of them, he's got no chance, has he?
On that note, is there anything else we need to discuss?
Yeah,
that's all right.
It's so bad. It just went bad at the end.
No! As you said you wanted 40 minutes, this is the real us. They're going to have to live with it, man.
So, like...
Why?
Not crap. It just went really, like, the level.
You're joking. I've got excellent stat attacks in there.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'll just have to clean up a little bit, but it'll be fine.
Yeah. What if I say bollock, cunt? Almost... Alex is... How about that? Could you edit all of those out?
You had to ruin it. Like, you had to make my life hard.
You don't know what restraint I've shown, mate.
When's the new Uncharted coming out?
Don't talk to me about that. Oh, you're going to do it? When are you coming over? We're going to do it when you come over.
Yeah, we're so going to...
There's a limited edition out at the moment.
I think I've got the first Uncharted here somewhere. I think you gave it to me.
I think I'm not having it, actually.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it.
I can't believe it.
It's shit. It's a shit game.
Do you know how many people...
No, I sold it.
Do you know how it topped the charts?
Don't care. Shit game. Shit game, and I will justify myself when we do it.
Okay.
Arkham Asylum as well. Is another one that we should do.
I like Batman Arkham Asylum.
Rated very highly.
That's an excellent game.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought it was really boring. I got bored really hard.
Well, you're a tit then. If you think Uncharted is a better game than Arkham Asylum, you're a tit. Them's fighting talks. I've just started a new game. I just started playing The Amazing Spider-Man. It's too difficult. He's a dickhead, Spider-Man. He's a dickhead. He goes the wrong way all the time.
That game is so bad.
Oh my god.
Is that the one where you give Mary Jane a thrill ride?
I don't know about that. I haven't got that far. There's a level, right, where there's a big sort of automated monster, right? And it's right in the middle of Times Square. And I keep pressing a button. He starts swinging on a fucking skyscraper on the other side of the town, you idiot. It's clear what you've got to do.